So today I'm going to cover all the actions methods. What are different things we can perform using the actions class, and it's very important for interview point of view as well as in your project also. Definitely, it will help you. So I can give you some example like how will you do mouse over, right? You have to mouse over on a specific element. How will you do that? You have to, let's see, you have to do drag and drop. So how will you do drag and drop? Like one object you have to drag and drop it somewhere. So drag and drop feature is also we can handle it by using Selenium with with the help of actions class. And I can give you one more example. Let's see, right click. Sometimes we have to do right click. I'll show you how to do that. Like this. Let's see, this button is there and you have to right click on it like this, right? So you can right click on it and then you can select some option or something like this. So how to do that? So these are the things that we can do it with the help of actions class. So let's start with the mouse over. Let me create a class, and let's see, my class name is, I would say, mouse movement. Select the main method, click on finish. Uh, Let me copy this. I will launch Google Chrome like this, and I'll give you one example. I'll show you first like where exactly we can do mouse over or mouse movement. We have just a minute. See, I'll show you one thing. This is the site is available. See, if you see this particular site, here we can do some mouse movement where. So you just need to mouse over on content and then you will see articles, courses and single videos. So what I'm saying is you have to mouse over on content menu. So this is a parent menu and these are the three sub menus are available. So sometimes there are number of options that in the okay, number of links are available in the form of parent menu. We will say main menu. Okay, this is also called menu and sub menu handling in Selenium. So how to do that? So you can see that sub menu, right? So you just need to mouse over and sub menus will be displayed. So if you come on this page and if you directly try to click on courses or articles, because you won't be able to do that because it's not visible on the page, right? So you won't be able to do that because it's not visible on the page. So obviously it will give you element not found exception or something like this. So in that case, what we have to do that first we have to make it visible, and then articles, courses or single videos we have to click on it. So how to do that? So first we have to mouse over on content. Once it is visible, then click on it. If you directly come on this page and without mouse over, right now articles or courses or these sub menus are not visible right now. If you try to click on it, it will give you an exception. So you have to make it visible first and then click on it. Okay, so how to do that? So driver dot, we will launch the URL, and the URL is this. Okay, and what we have to do, we have to create the object of actions class is equal to new action. This actions class is already available in Selenium. Actions I'm talking about, not action, actions. And this is the reference name. You can give any name. And this actions is available in Selenium. So just need to import, and inside these actions you have to pass your WebDriver instance. That okay, your WebDriver reference. So my WebDriver reference is this. So what is your WebDriver? My driver is this driver. Okay. After that, what we have to do? We have this method action dot move to element method is there. Okay, action dot move to element. On which element you want to move? To which element you want to move? So I want to move. Let's see. First time I'm coming on this page. I want to move on this particular element, on content element, right? So I'll inspect this content element. Guys, please be on mute. So I'll inspect this content and I can see that okay, this is the A, and I can see that class is equal to menu link. So I can use by dot class name. Okay, and so move to element on which element? This element driver dot find element by dot class name, and let's see my class name is this menu link. Okay, so move on this particular element, and now with action class, guys, we have to use two methods after action dot move to element dot build it and dot perform. This is compulsory to use, build and perform. So dot build it and dot perform, what exactly it does? Dot build method will return one action class object, and then dot perform method, it's a void method. What exactly it will do? It will tell Selenium to perform this action. I mean to build it this particular action on the basis of this driver dot find element by dot class name, and then dot perform method will perform this action. Okay, this is the description. It's written inside the Selenium Java doc. That build method, it will build the entire on the basis of the web element, okay, for move to element and then perform it. So whenever, always remember, whenever we are using actions classes, we have to use at the end, we have to use dot build dot perform. Okay, now what exactly it will do? It will just move on that particular element. So it will just move on that particular element, and let's see it is moving or not. So till here it's working or not. Let's run it. Okay, so it's launching the browser, entering the URL, and see, it is moving over there, right? It is moving on content. Now the articles, courses, single videos, these three things are available, visible, and then I'll click on it. Okay, so how to click on it? So simple. Okay, just a minute. Let me close this. And we will do one thing, we will wait for, let's see, 3 seconds. We'll give a pause for 3 seconds, and let me add throws declaration, and now we have to click on it. So let's say I want to click on articles. So what I'll do that I'll inspect articles. So you will see that article is available over here. This is the A link. Articles is available inside ULLINA. Okay, and UL is having this class name is equal to submenu. So I'll create my own XPath like this. Don't worry that how exactly I'm creating the XPath. The driver dot find element by dot, let's see, XPath. My XPath is like this: UL where at the rate class is equal to submenu, right? And inside that we have an li, and then we have an a. Okay, a having articles. Let me check this XPath is correct or not. Don't worry about this XPath, that how exactly I'm creating. I will tell you. See, okay, so this XPath is correct. and dot click. So what exactly I'm doing over here, that I can use by.link text also directly, but sometimes by.link text doesn't work. So what I'm going to do, that I'm creating my own XPath like this, that I can see that this articles, or let's say articles, is available inside this UL, having this parent tag UL class equal to submenu. Under that we have an li, and then we have this a link, and a is having this text, that is articles, right? So I can create simple ul at the rate class equal to submenu double slash li is the child tag, double slash a is the child of li, having text is equal to articles, like this. So let's see it is clicking on it or not. So it's launching the browser, it should mouse over, and then after 3 seconds it should click on articles. See, it is clicking on articles. Perfect, right? So this is how we do simple mouse movement. And then all the menu and sub menu, you can handle it like this. There are so many examples, there are so many applications are there where a menu and sub menus are available. You can take any example. If you take some other example, let's see, we can take some, let's see, spicejet.com. We will take some other example, let's see, makemytrip.com. See, you can see these sub menus are available. These are menus, but there are no sub menus. See here, sub menu. If you mouse over on more, these are the sub menus are available. So you can perform this kind of action also. That I want to click on blog or deals or international holidays, something like this. How will you click on it? First time you are not able to see that. You have to mouse over, and then only it will be visible. Right? Let's see some other example. Cleartrip.com. Do we have any sub menu? No, here we don't have any sub menu. Or maybe some other example. Let's see, Sky Scanner. Here also they have removed actually. Earlier they were having these some menu actually. Anyways, no problem.
Okay.
So guys, ultimately what I'm trying to say is that if any menu and sub menus are available, you can click on it. Okay, so this is the example that I have taken. That it's very famous, like a scenario. You have to click on menu and sub menu, and at a time of interview also they will ask how will you handle menu and sub menu. So this is called menu and these are sub menus. So first you have to make it visible by using action.move to element. Simple. By.class name, build it and perform it, and then number of elements will be visible. You just need to click on it. That's it. Okay, so this is how we do mouse movement.
Uh, Naveen, for
Yeah.
that, you can please
Now let's move to the drag and drop feature. This is very important feature for interview point of view, because in use case, I mean in actual work, hardly you will see drag and drop feature. Okay, in my career, I haven't seen any feature or any scenario based on drag and drop in my applications. Hardly you will see drag and drop, okay, concept, but it's important for interview point of view. And if you're using in your application, drag and drop is there, then you can use that. And it is not applicable for you know all the drag and drop feature, that if you are dragging uh, from your laptop, let's say from C drive to some other site, you are dragging some file or something like that, it won't work in that way. So drag and drop, it's only and only available for web elements. If you want to drag one element, okay, from one position to another position, that's it. So how to do that? So I have one So I have one, I'll show you that. It's really difficult to find good examples for drag and drop. So let's see, this is the thing. You can see the site. So there are two objects are available. This is a target and this is drop, right? So what exactly, I mean, drag me to my target. So this is source and this is target. So what I have to do, I have to drag it and I have to drop it over here like this, right? Maybe some file is available over here or maybe some image is there. So you have to drag and drop sometimes, right? So hardly you will see such kind of example, but you simple what you have to do, you have just to this drag, hold it and drop it over here. That's it. So how to do that? So this is the example, but in Selenium, simple. I launch the URL. My URL is this, right? But in this particular application, especially for this web page, what is the problem here, guys? I won't say problem, but one more component is available. Can you see this box? This square box, right? So this is a frame actually. So if you right click on it, you will see view frame source. It means there is a frame in the application. So what we have to do, if you interact with these two elements, you have to jump on this particular frame. So you have to switch on the frame as well. So there are three layers. Three layers means first layer is browser, right? So that always remember there are three layers in any particular application. Okay. So on any particular web page, it may be two layers also, it may be three layers also. So what do you mean by three layers? So this is the browser, right? This is the browser. The entire thing is browser. We're talking about browser. From browser, this is a page, right? This is a page. From browser to page, this is a frame. This is a frame. So there are three layers. This is browser. Then we have web page, and then we have frame. Now, on this particular browser, page is available. On this page, we have number of maybe links are there, buttons are there, text fields are there, images are there, right? Check boxes are there. All these things are available on this particular page. On the same page, we have one frame is also available. This is called a frame. A frame is nothing, just a small section. Okay, a small section is available where number of other elements, web elements are also available. Let's see, some buttons are available, checkboxes are available, or something is available on this frame as well. So web elements, okay, web elements can be available on the page as well as on the frame. On the browser, we don't have any browser. We have this thing. We have back button, we have forward button, we have refresh, we have URL address bar, right? Bookmarks, history, all menu items are available for the browser. Though these things we cannot automate. We can automate only and only these web elements. Now on this particular browser, we have one page. Let's see google.com page or facebook.com or whatever. So this is a page. Let's see jquery.com droppable. So we have to come on this particular page by hitting the URL. So this page is available where we can see this demos, downloads, API documentation, theme is available, development, all these links, menu links, and everything is available. Right now we have after page we have this frame is available. So this is the three I would say three hierarchy based page: browser, page, and frame. So how you get to know, but it's not compulsory that frame is available for all the application. In 90% cases, you won't find frames. And according to W3 standard, if you are if your application is having any frame, this is not up to the mark. So W3C does not recommend a frame in your application. But some developers they use frame, UI developers. Some developers they don't follow W3C. Some developers they create multiple frames, or maybe some old application is there in the market in your project, and they are using frames or something like this. So in that case, you have to switch. You have to switch on that particular frame. So for these element, easily you can do that. Driver.find element, by.xpath, and everything you can do that. But what about these elements? Same thing, you have to use driver.find element by.xpath, but you have to switch from page to frame and then perform some action. Right? So this is the concept of frame. I hope it's clear. So how will you get to know that okay, there is a frame? There is a frame because simple right click on it and you will see view frame source. Frame is available. If you see some other site, let's see on this site, if you right click, you don't see any view frame source. It means frame is not available on this particular page. But here, you right click, you will see view frame source is available. It means frame is available. So what we have to do, we have to interact with these two elements, obviously. So what we have to do, we have to switch from page to frame. So after driver.get this particular URL, right? This is a URL, it will open the page and then I have to switch. So driver dot switch to dot frame method is there, and just pass the index. Index means on which frame you want to do that. Just a minute, guys. Sorry, guys. So what we have to do, that we have to switch on this particular frame, and I see that okay, there is only one frame, so just pass the index. Index is 0. Just by default pass index 0. It means now this particular line will open the browser. So this is the first layer. The second layer is driver.get, that is your page layer, and the third layer is that switch on that frame. So now the control is available on this particular frame, right? If you want to handle these elements, no need to switch on the frames, okay? But if you want to interact with these two elements, I can see, if you see over here, you don't see any view frame source. You can see the frame source only here. So this particular section is the frame, right? So how to do that? So we have switched on this particular frame. Now the control is available over here. Now I want to do drag and drop. So let's do it. Driver. So what we have to do first, I'll create two web elements. Okay. My web element source element is equal to, this is the web element. So I'll inspect this. You can see div id equal to draggable. So I'll use id driver dot find element by dot id. Id is this. Okay. I'm not performing any action, simple create these elements. And web element is available in Selenium, so there's import. Same thing for you can give any name, source element or target element, driver dot find element by dot id, and id of this element. So id is equal to droppable. Okay, cool. Now I have these two elements available with me. I created the web element for these two ways. Now I have to drag this element to source to target. So how to do that? With the help of actions class. So simple actions. I'll pass my driver. So first I'll create the object of actions class and import these actions. Fine. And then with the help of, guys, now remember, okay, see it carefully. Action dot. So how to do it manually first. So if you really want to drag and drop, you have to drag it and drop it. But step by step. What we have to do first, we have to click on it and then hold it. Right? First we have to move, click and hold. And then drop, okay, move to element on this particular element and then drop it like this, release it. I'll repeat, move to element, click and hold, and then release, right? So what we have to do, we have this method action dot move to element. I'll show you just a minute. Yeah, action dot not move to element, this method, click and hold. Okay, which element? The source element. Click and hold the source element dot on which element you want to move. I want to move to my target element. Move to target element, and then after that, what you want to do? After that, I want to just simple release it. Dot release. So action dot click and hold the source element, and then move to this particular element, and then release it, and then dot build and perform, because this is the action class. Dot build and perform. So again, manually also, how will you do that? Click and hold, move to an element on this dropped, and then release. Right? Same thing. Action dot click and hold the source element, move to element to this particular target element, dot release, dot build, and dot perform. That's it. And let's see it is working or not. See, it is drag and drop. It is dragging and dropping it. So this is how we do drag and drop. Okay, so there is a sequence. So sometimes we write inside the code, we write like this: action dot click and hold dot move to element dot release it dot build and dot perform. So in your company, in your framework, maybe you will see these 4 or 5 lines. So just assume that, okay, this they are using, okay, action classes for drag and drop. So click and hold, move to element, release it, build it, and perform it. Simple. You have to remember the sequence and the method, and they will ask you at a time of interview, how will you how will you do drag and drop? So this is the sequence. You have to remember this, and always build and perform, because you are using actions. So you have to use. Okay. Okay. So one more thing is available, that how to do double click, right? How will you perform the double click, and or maybe generally I would say right click, actually, not double click, actually right click. So you just need to right click, and then, okay, this menu will be displayed like this. Sometimes it happens that, okay, on your application, you have to do right click, although it's very rare, but you have to do that. So how to do that? So for right click also, guys, you have to use uh, actions classes. So how to do that? Simple, I'll show you. You will launch Google Chrome. Guys, please be on mute.
Hey, Naveen.
Okay, so I launch this URL, driver.get. Right, and after this, what we have to do, let's maximize the browser as well. Manage dot window dot maximize, just like this. I mean, it's okay if you don't maximize it also, that's fine. And then I'll create the actions class object. Okay, and after that, what we have to do now, I have to right click on it. So I'll inspect this element. So you will see that just a minute. You can see that span class equal to context menu one. So I can use this. Okay, use this context menu one. This particular class. Okay, so I'll be using first. I'll create the web element for that. So let's see. This is a button, right click button. I would say right click button is equal to. I'll use CSS selector in that case. Driver dot find element by dot, because XPath will be difficult and nothing is available, that ID and the name, nothing is available. So I can use this class or maybe by dot class name. But the problem here is the class name is also available like this: context menu one space btn space btn neutral, something like this. So better to use by dot CSS selector. I'll show you how to do that. So by dot CSS selector, and I know that there is a class, so just use dot, because if there is a class, use dot. If there is an ID, use hash. Okay, so class is available. And what is the initial name of the class? The initial name of the class is context menu one. So simple write by dot selector dot, simple write the class name context menu one. That's it. Okay, so this is how you can create a simple web element with the help of CSS selector. I'll repeat. Let me import this. Okay, so driver dot find element by dot CSS selector. Why I'm using CSS selector? Because I cannot use XPath. There is no ID, there is no name, there is no text, nothing is available. So simple, I'll be using by dot CSS selector, and I see that the class is equal to context menu one space btn space btn neutral. If you're using by dot class name, you can say, Naveen, we can use by dot class name also. Yes, we can use that, but it won't work. Why? Because if you take this entire class name, it won't work because there is a lot of spaces are available. Okay, so by dot class name won't work in that case, because if space is available inside the class name, it won't work. So what we have to do, you have to use like this: by dot CSS selector dot, you have to write dot and context menu one, the initial name of the class. This is the actual name of the class, actually context menu one. Okay, so I have created this particular web element. Now what we have to do, that we have one method inside the action class, action dot. By using this action dot context click. Okay guys, context click, on which element you want to do the context click. So I want to do the context click on this particular element. Right click web element, again dot build and perform, dot build dot perform. So simple, action dot context click, right click dot build and dot perform. So context click is the method. There is no right click or something like this. So simple, let's run it and we'll see it is working or not. See, it is actually right clicking on this particular button. So far it is working. Now let's say I want to select any specific, let's say I want to select copy or something like this. In that case, how to do that? So right click is perfectly working. So what I have to do, um, just simple right click on it, and let's see, for this copy, I'll inspect. So you will see that this li, under this ul, right, this box is represented by ul, and then we have li number one for cut, for copy, for paste, for delete, and for quit. So let's see, this is for li. What I want to do, that Okay, so we will take this context menu item, right? And we will take this context menu icon copy. Okay, this particular CSS selector we will use. Why I'm using this? Because this is common. Context menu item is common for all. Context menu icon is common for all. But context menu icon copy is not common. So this is for edit, this is for cut, this is for copy, paste, delete, and quit. Right. So better I'll use this context menu icon copy, and then I'll create the web element for that. Let's see. For copy. Copy is equal to driver dot find element by dot CSS selector dot this. So I can use any of them because there are three classes, guys. So what is the purpose of this? Class is equal to, see, if you see any particular class, context menu item, this is a first class, this is a second class, and this is a third class. So first and second class both are same for all the elements. So obviously it won't work because it will be duplicate element in that case. So context menu icon copy I'll be using, and then what I'm gonna do that simple get the text of this particular thing. So simple, um, what I'm gonna do that simple copy dot get text, get the text of that particular, okay, web element. So and then it will store somewhere in some string, let's see, string copy text is equal to this, and then we will print on the console. Let's see, system dot out println copy text, and let's see it is working or not. Okay, see it is copy, right? And you can, same thing you can do copy dot click also. So after clicking on copy, it is showing this pop-up. Let's see, I'll do get the text, and then copy dot click also we will perform, and then the moment right click on copy, and then this pop-up should come. So let's see it is working or not. See, it's clicking on copy, and then this pop-up is coming. Maybe in your application pop-up won't come. In your application it will be simple, just copy it and then paste it somewhere like that. So you can do like that also. So this is how we do um, right click, okay, by using this context click. So simple, create the element and then right click on it, and then after right click, whatever you want to do, you want to get the text or you want to click on some other item. So here it is also like, these are called right click items, right click menu items. You want to get the text, you want to click on it, whatever the action you want to perform, you can do that. Simple. But again, you have to make it visible, then only you can do that. So how to make it visible? You have to right click on it. So how to right click? How will you do right click? You have to do simple context click you have to use, and you have to create the web element for that, and then dot build dot perform. Simple. That's it. So guys, this is the purpose of actions classes.